What's up, guys? We're back with some more AreaF2, and today for this video, I want to do a kind of like a tips and tricks in a sort of way. But basically, I've been playing this game for about 6 days now, 6.5 days, and I am by far from the best. Um, I'm a couple games away from Platinum 1 right now. I haven't played ranked as much as like the other guys. I only have like maybe 70 matches, if even that. Um, but one of the first thing I wanted to cover was basically what you should be playing. Right, I've never had to play a game that made me use more than my thumbs. Right, I'm usually just like this, thumbs. Just using my thumbs, doing all types of stuff, just my thumbs, right? But now I've started to play four finger. I tried three finger, but four finger seemed to work the best for me, because while aiming, it's kind of hard if you take your thumb off of the aiming stick, or not the aiming stick, but the aiming area, to do other things up here, like taking angles, drop shotting, all types of stuff that you kind of gives you the edge in the game. So my first tip is basically figure out how many fingers work for you, and also figure out how many like fingers you can, I guess, kind of like max out on. You know what I'm saying? So if you can only use three fingers to play, then use three fingers. But if you can use more than that, go right on ahead. I can only use four because anything else is kind of uncomfortable to put on the screen. So I use four. Another tip is I'm not the best at aiming. My aim is sort of like all over the place. But at the same time, you have to figure out what gun you're using. So I'm using the Recruit, and I'm using I think it's his AK, or no, his GC or GS 6C. So I think that's what the gun is called, with the ACOG, right? Now, if I watch the recoil pattern, it goes up and to the right. So if I just go from here and I pull down slightly to the right, I can keep it more in one area. Though that's a little messy, it's more in one area, right? The best way to practice your aim is basically take angles, do whatever you need to do, and just kind of see if you can move and keep your aim on one spot. See, I had, what, 4 or 5 bullets on the left side that went off. I had, I think that's 8 bullets that went off to the right side, and then I had some in the middle. So my aim is obviously not perfect. Another thing you can do is basically aim in with your gun and walk to the left or right and just kind of hold fire. And you can see that it goes like upwards. Another way to practice is just kind of hold down your aim and try to see if you can keep it in a straight line. See, that was partially straight, yeah, as you can see. Just a little bit of ups and downs, but that's really good for when people are trying to do head glitches and you can just kind of hit the top of their head. Another great way to practice is going into a solo room where you just kind of go onto a map and just practice going through your settings, taking angles, getting shots everywhere, right? Because this is the best way to practice besides getting in-game and actually like playing the game itself. This is the best way to practice offline. So you just kind of go through here, you go through, do your sweeps, sweep each room, just to see what's going on. And see if you can flick towards people's heads. I've been trying to do it a lot. I've only been able to hit it a couple times, but try to aim more towards the head. It's kind of a struggle for me because I play on like a medium to high sense, so it's kind of difficult. I probably will switch to low, but you definitely have to figure out a sense that works just for you. Another tip that I have is basically, say someone's like right here, or we'll just take this right here for example, right? If you know somebody's in this room and you have good teammates who, mark things or scan the room once and not a million times, from this angle, you're gonna have to be about right here. At the same time, if you look where you're at, this wall is in the way. So if you use your common knowledge, right, and you kind of just use sort of like a educated guess, you know from here, if you don't want to take the full angle, you can kind of move. You don't want to move upstairs because he can see you from there, right? You want to go from like right here, shoot this out, and see if you can get a reaction. And this goes for a lot of different angles, but as long as you can get like open space, and you kind of just crouch, boom, and now you see you have a big old angle right here. You can take him out from here, and that's all because of the fact that this wall was opened and it connects to this wall. So you just kind of have to, what the whole point of showing that example was, is to find good angles and kind of learn map knowledge. Like if I know someone says first floor, if they say first floor north passage, I know for a fact it's this one, right? I know it's this one, but it's directly below here. So if point is on the second floor north passage, I know that I could break something open like this. Like say I can break down here, break through here, see if there's any like tags I can get from down here. See if I could just see him camping under here. Because I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what his plan is. So the best way is to, I guess, kind of like figure out and outplay other players, right? That's what gets you to that next level. A lot of YouTubers like Monarch and I forgot what the other one is. Monarch and the other guy. A lot of their clips is them just basically fragging off. Like they just get so many kills. But if you have to watch how they play, they're not just taking every angle. They're taking angles that are pretty obvious. So people will run through here, and Monarch or one of the other guys will have a vital scanner set up right here. So when they come up, they get the vital scanner, and now they're already ready. Like they're already coming through here. They already have that premeditated and pre-planned shot. So when you come up here, boom, your head gets taken off, right? And a lot of players like to call it hacking, but it really isn't. It's just using your abilities and your map knowledge correctly, and kind of just putting them together. My next tip is when there's multiple targets, which is perfect. Usually it spawns them randomly, but if there's multiple targets, and say there was like a little thing in front of me, like a shield or something, where I can't see their full body, but I can see their heads. That trick where you kind of spray and try to keep it in line, that's perfect for the situation. Because if I can't just beam each head. Like I'm not on controller, I'm not on an emulator, so I can't just beam each head, right? I can try, but it's pretty difficult. Other players may be able to do it, but I know personally I can't. So what I would do is kind of take an angle, right? See if I wanted to move into the room, I just go here and I just kind of spray sideways. Boom. So I take all of them out and hopefully win the round. It's all about the chance of winning. Not everything is confirmed. Not everything is, determined by the amount of players that are left or the circumstances they're in. But, using your different tricks and things like that can improve your chances of winning as well. Another tip is putting your lay down button, or your prone button, if you guys want to call it that, using it properly. A lot of people like to put it down at the bottom of the screen or somewhere where they find it comfortable for their thumb to push it. But I recommend putting it somewhere where one of your index fingers can touch it, so that when you are here, right, and a lot of players do this, and you see somebody here and you're gonna shoot, right, this, like this right here, is not a good situation. You have multiple people crouching, you're standing upright, and you're very much in the open. So if this happens to be a situation where they're missing shots, you're firing off, they're missing shots, right? And they're missing shots as well, a good thing to do is, while you're shooting, if you're missing, just drop. Hopefully one of those will hit. It's not confirmed, like I said, nothing is confirmed, but using certain tricks can improve your chances of winning gunfights and situations a lot more than just using nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's about it, guys. I am going to do also a we're gonna exit this. I'm gonna be doing a tier list as well. I'll actually do it right now because I don't want to do a whole nother video just for it to be about character tiers. But here, I don't have Wildfire yet, right? I do have every other character though. I have every other character. I have all like different stuff for different characters, but I do not play all of them the same way. Now, tier wise, S tier, by far, I would have to say Volcano, Phantom, Panther for attackers, right? Those are S tier. Those are S tier characters. Hammer is also part of S tier, but I would not put him there because of his ability. I put him there because of his gun. His gun is so good that it immediately puts him in S tier, but if you take his ability into account, he is more of like a high A tier. Now for Defender, S tier is Fortress, Wolf, Cobra, Swamp, right? Those are S tier characters. All of their, literally every single one of their abilities benefits the team and the player itself. So Wolf, reason why he benefits the team is because when he puts down the mines and they get caught, your team now knows where the explosion is. So if they're paying attention, they should know where to shoot. Fortress gives armor to all the teammates and gives armor to itself. Cobra, because if you put your mines, your poison mines around the site, whenever they go off, they give off a audio warning. So other players will know, your teammates should know, as long as your teammates are paying attention. Swamp, the same thing. The cloud of smoke is so large that really everyone on the map could see it. So your teammates should definitely know. Now, Spider is also an S tier character, but I don't put her there because of her ability. Her ability is more A tier, but it is a very good ability, do not get me wrong. It's because of her gun. Her gun is so good. It's just as good as Hammer's. It's probably the best gun for defending defensive characters. Her gun is super good. I cannot stress that enough. Super good. Okay. Now A tier, I would definitely say for attacker, A tier would be more of like a Boulder situation, like Boulder, Hawkeye, Magnet. Those three, those are definitely A tier characters. And then Flash, I give him like a B because really, he can die very easily. And his range for his flash is not very large, so he's not a good end game. Boulder, reason why he's A tier and not B tier is because of the fact that he can do full extension, right? So he can take damage and he cannot die unless by smoke or C4 behind him, or someone's taking an angle that slightly opens him up. That's about it. But he's perfect for charging in, getting the enemies to react, and having your teammates come in, follow through, and just get completely destroy the defensive team. And that's why I put him as a tier and not a B tier. Now Hawkeye, it's because of his thermal scope. He is a very good character, except the fact that his gun is not the best. You know what I'm saying? It's not the most compatible with a lot of people's play styles. Magnet, her ability, her gun, I don't really like, but her ability definitely puts her in A tier. Now for defenders, A tier characters, I would definitely say is Spitfire, Lightning, and Silence. Black Hole, I put him B tier, even though I play him a lot. I put him B tier because his ability, it's very funky. If it had a better range of grabbing things and not letting grenades and stuff come in, I would put him A tier, but I put him B tier because his range for his ability is very short. All the other characters I put because their abilities are very good for the team, and they're very powerful in a lot of high ranking situations. But that'll be it for this video today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what I can do in my future videos to improve content and what my future videos should be about. Thank you. Bye.